All right, I am super, super excited to be hosting today's team call. I actually have had this call planned for before I moved. So it's been a few months that I've had it planned out, and I just had never. I had the concept and everything. I just hadn't really dove into it. And I was talking to Brittany Hunting, and she was like, "You need to do that call." And so I am so excited to share with you some of my takeaways and some insights with you. So I'm switching slides. If you can see it, if you can't see them, let me know so that we can make sure you see the slides because they're super important. Well, not really, but they are. Okay, so ever since I was a little girl, I was obsessed with The Wizard of Oz. I had it memorized since I was a little girl. I dressed up as Dorothy for Halloween. It was one of my favorite shows when I was little, and as I started to grow up, every time I watched it, I learned something new, and I found this new insight, and I kept thinking about coaching and about we all have our own little yellow brick roads, and we all have these paths and these journeys, and so I wanted to kind of share with you what I think that The Wizard of Oz can teach you about coaching and give you some insight into not only just coaching, but this journey we call life. And so to start it off, one of my favorite quotes is, "To know thyself is considered quite an accomplishment." And that's by the author of The Wizard of Oz. And I think there's so much power behind these words because I think, we all go through life not really sure, at times who we are or what we're supposed to be doing or, are we making a difference? And I think once you can get a grasp on who you are and you can fully understand, what you stand for, going through life just seems to it has a meaning, obviously, and you have this direction now and you know where you want to go. And even if things get in your way, you still are anchored in who you are. And so I'm going to start, I just kind of set up slides to talk about each of the characters and what I feel like they represent and how they can help you. So to start off, Dorothy. Dorothy, at the beginning of the movie, is, dreaming. She's dreaming about somewhere over the rainbow, better place. Skies are blue, and the dreams that you dare to dream really do come true. She has this, she wants something different. So I want you to think back to before you were a coach. For me personally, I was struggling. I was living up on my little hill in North Dakota. I didn't really know anybody. I was a stay-at-home mom, and I just felt lost. I lived every day pretty much the same, every single day. It was like the movie Groundhog Day. Every day I woke up and did the same things over and over again, and I just had no sense of direction, no purpose, and I believed that there were bigger and better things out there, but I didn't chase after them. I didn't know where to start. I didn't know what my path was meant, where my path was meant to go. And so I want you to think about you before you started coaching, before you decided that you were worth everything that you wanted. Dorothy wanted to run away. At one point, she did run away. She ran away from home because she thought that was her only option, because she was searching for something. We all, at times in our lives, are searching for something. And for me, coaching brought it all home. This opportunity was the thing that, all of a sudden I realized this was my journey. And so Dorothy at this point is just very lost. She doesn't know who she is. And I want you to think about people that you know. Who do you know or do you see on your Facebook that is just lost, drifting through life, looking for purpose, believes that there's something out there, but maybe not for her? Think about those people. Were you that person before all of this? So next what happens is the twister. The twister shows up. And I love this quote: "If you want something you've never had, you've got to do something you've never done." And the twister is this pivotal moment in life. That moment when you decided enough is enough. I've got to make a change. I don't know what it is. Maybe you were struggling with health and fitness. Maybe you're struggling with a relationship. Maybe you're struggling with, health issues. Whatever it was, the twister happened. And all of a sudden there was this pivotal change, this change in your life where you knew you needed to do something different. It was a shift. It changed everything. So when Dorothy was up in the twister, everything was around her moving, and all of a sudden she lands and she wakes up in a totally different place. And does she know where she's at? No. Does she have any idea of what's about to happen before her? No. But she takes faith and trust, and she steps outside of the little house that landed in Munchkin Land. She steps out, and she looks around, and she doesn't really know anybody. All she knows is that things are different. Things are about to change, right? And then she meets Glinda. And Glinda is representative of your coach. She is an amazing leader. She is someone who saw something in you. And Glinda sees something in Dorothy. She sees that she can do amazing things, but she has to find that out for herself. And so to me, Glinda is this perfect example of leadership. If you're striving to be a better leader, take a page out of her book. Because think about the movie if you've seen it. I'm sure most people have seen it at least once. But think about the movie. Is Glinda with her holding her hand through the whole journey? No, she's not. She is guiding her and helping her along the way when she needs it, but she's not there holding her hand, dragging her down that yellow brick road. And I love a part in the movie right when she sees her, she asks who Dorothy is. Are you a good witch or a bad witch? But she asks her, who are you? And that is something I think we've all been asked by our coaches is, who are you? What are you wanting to do? Maybe I can help. She believes in Dorothy. And like I said, she isn't with her all the time, but she helps provide love, support, and guidance. You are capable of more than you know. And she helps her set out on her journey. She helps her, get started. So then after Glinda, who arrives? The Wicked Witch. That represents the negativity, the little voice inside of your head saying you can't. Because I'm sure all of you have doubt. Moments where you feel like, what the heck did I just get myself into? That little voice telling you you're never going to reach your goals. You're never going to do those things you wanted to do. You might as well quit. This isn't for you. The Wicked Witch challenges Dorothy, and your belief inside of you, that negativity, that voice inside of you, challenges you every single day. But unless you have a defense mechanism against it. Personal development is the one thing that can snap that Wicked Witch out of you. So she is the negativity. She represents doubt and fear. She holds you back. And she plays your fears and weaknesses against you. She sends things into your life that maybe you're your own obstacle. Maybe you're the person that stops yourself. That's her in your way. So we all have things that get in our way, that stop us, that try to sabotage us. And so we have to recognize her. There will be haters. There will be doubters. There will be non-believers, and then there will be you, proving them wrong. But you have to make a decision to take a stand and decide that you aren't going to let that little wicked witch stop you from reaching your goals, from stopping you from achieving all of these things that you feel you are destined to achieve. And maybe at this point you still don't quite have that belief that you're going to do it no matter what, but finding that is so important so that you can kick her to the curb. Will she defeat you, or will she fuel your fire? You have people that unfriend you. You have people that might comment on something. They may, make a post about you indirectly. Are you going to let those people knock you down and keep you down? Are you going to let them define who you are? Or are you going to take a stand for yourself and you are going to keep moving forward? You've got to make that decision to decide if, you're going to let her control your life. Because, and what we'll talk about next kind of goes back to the Wicked Witch. So the ruby slippers, these are your why. Dorothy was told to hang on to those ruby slippers and never take them off. Never let go of them. And this is your why. The Wicked Witch is powerless without these ruby slippers, right? She has no hold against her because she doesn't have the power. The ruby slippers contain the power. What is your why? Do you know what you want? Because when you know why you do what you do, even the toughest days become easier. Do you have that deep-rooted why? Do you know why you're getting up every single day at 4, 5, 6 in the morning to do a power hour? Do you know why you're sacrificing time at night with your family to send messages to people? Do you know why you're doing this? Because that is the most important part of all of this. Until you have your why, you're not going to get very far down the yellow brick road because you don't have that deep-rooted feeling as to why. That thing that drives you, that gives you purpose and meaning to keep moving forward. The ruby red slippers are what keep you on your path. And they keep, the Wicked Witch out of the way, and she may try to jump in and sabotage you, but if you have a deep-rooted why and you have those slippers on and you're secure in it, you're going to keep moving forward. She has no power over you. So I really encourage you to develop a deep-rooted why, a why that makes you cry, a why that is more than just helping people. Because helping people is amazing. It is the best feeling in the world, but when those hard times come and the Wicked Witch is really knocking down at your door, are you going to drop those slippers and run? Is helping people enough to keep you holding on to those slippers? Or do you have something that you can just hang on for dear life? So I really encourage you, if you need to start somewhere, start with your why. Develop something deep down that you know is the reason you're doing this. I have a few whys, and some of them stem from, a lot of them go back to how I was growing up. And I had a great childhood, but I do want better for my family. I was the little girl who shopped at DI, not because it was hip, and that's not a bad thing. But I want my kids to be able to, go school shopping and never feel guilty about money, never worry about that, I want my kids to be able to, give with us. I want to go on service missions and help other people. And we kind of, struggle with the money aspect. We worry about if we put money onto it, that then we become, it's not genuine. Now we're just selfish. But you guys, money, it isn't a bad thing. It's an avenue. More money helps bless more people's lives. And so it's okay to have dreams to pay off your debt. It's okay to have dreams, build a dream house. But you have to have a why. Why are you doing this? Okay, I'll get off my why horse because that's when I could go on for days. Okay, so next, she gets set down this path of the yellow brick road by Glinda, right? She's got to go meet the wizard because that's how she's going to get back home. That's how she's going to, he has her answers. He's going to have all the answers for her. And so she starts this path down the yellow brick road. And the yellow brick road represents your unique journey. Nobody else's yellow brick road looks exactly the same as yours. Nobody's. And so we need to remember that just because you started the same time as somebody else, that doesn't mean that you guys are going to be at the same pace. Some may pull forward at times. Some, may slow down at times. Some may experience big bumps in their business, while others are having smooth sailing. But I can tell you that every single brick road has their time where there will be ups and there will be downs. There will be bumps in your yellow brick road. And you have to know that, and you have to have a game plan on how you're going to face that. Every failure is just another brick in your yellow brick road to success. The path is there for you to take and to walk on and to go on, but you have to keep yourself moving one step at a time towards your goal. You know, it's okay to slow down to a walk sometimes if you just need that moment. But I encourage you never to sit down in the middle of the road and throw your hands up in the air and say, I give up. Because you never know what's around the bend. You never know what's around that corner on that yellow brick road. You never know. What if the end is right there? I mean, we never have an end, obviously, because then there's new goals and new things. But what if the thing that you're working your behind for is just right around the next corner and you sat down? What if the next message you send is a person that has been needing your help and you decided to give up? You decided to stop. You have to continue down your yellow brick road, you guys. You have to put faith and trust in every single step. The 3 vital behaviors. Keep moving one foot forward in front of the other. Eventually, you're going to get there. You will. And then, of course, Toto, our beloved friend Toto. He is your support system. He is your team. He is the team that you're put on with your upline coach. He represents the team that you add into your own business. He is your constant companion. And he is someone that you want to look for, qualities that you want to look for in building a team. Loyalty, someone that's going to pick you up when in your times of need, cheer you on, support you. That's what he's there for. I mean, he doesn't talk, he doesn't say much, but he's constantly there with you, moving forward, keeping you going. So I encourage you to find a support system, not only through this business, but in the outside world. Find a success partner. Find someone that is in a similar situation with you in the business that can walk, around the same pace as you, that's kind of got the same goals. And again, the brick roads are all different, but if you can have someone that you can kind of link arms with and keep the pace and momentum together, partners are super important to have. Okay, so next, the first person she meets is the Scarecrow. And to me, the Scarecrow, while he's looking for a brain, to me, the Scarecrow represents your inner voice, your self-confidence, and your worth. The Scarecrow's hanging up there on this pole, right? Because he's been told all of his life that he doesn't have a brain. He's just a scarecrow. And he doesn't question it. And then all of a sudden, at one point he does. He's like, all I want is a brain. I want something. So what has someone told you that you let define in your life? What is something someone has said to you that made you, question who you are or dimmed your light? Because I know we all have times in our lives that we're defined by that. I can remember in elementary school, kids telling me I wasn't very smart. So then all of a sudden I stopped even trying on my test because they're right, I'm not smart. So don't let others define you. Take care of how you speak to yourself, because remember, you are listening. The Scarecrow, he's striving for a purpose. He's striving to be somebody. Nothing. Confidence. He is working on confidence, and that's what you guys need to gain. The best way to do this, personal development. Taking care of growing mentally strong in this business. You have got to be mentally strong to face rejection, to face the fears of the unknown. You have got to be mentally strong, mentally prepared, and that is why personal development is one of the 3 vitals. Because you have got to gain that confidence to push away the wicked witch and to grow and, continue to move forward in your business. He is Dorothy's best friend. At the end, she tells him, I think I will miss you the most. And that's because he represents self-confidence, worth. He represents those things. And so you, as a person, need to always be continuously growing and gaining confidence and gaining that, spark inside to keep pushing forward. Okay, the Tin Man. A heart is not judged by how much you love, but by how much you are loved by others. The Tin Man represents passion and heart. You need to recognize your strengths to find your passion. Are you passionate about this business? Do you have things about this business that they fuel your fire, they go along with your why, but you just have this passion and this drive inside of you? You know, are you passionate about helping other people? Are you passionate about, you know, helping other people solve their problems and giving people advice so that they can better? Sometimes you must empty your head and allow your heart to grow. And sometimes we allow our head to get in the way of what our heart wants. You know, we start thinking about what we want to do, and then we get realistic. And we're like, oh, that would never happen. So sometimes you just got to go with your heart and just go for it. You know, I'm sure when you signed up to be a coach, a lot of it had to do with it. You went with your heart. I know a lot of people on our team are emotion-based people. I know I am. You know, you could give me training day after day, but unless you touch my heart, you know, it doesn't mean a whole lot. Find the thing that touches your heart, the thing that moves you, the thing that you can accomplish, you know. Be that heart. Show your emotions. Register them and be vulnerable. Don't put up walls. If you're struggling in life, it's okay. Share it. Be vulnerable. Other people are going to be able to reach out to you, and they're going to be able to connect with you because they see this human emotion inside of you. So share your journey with other people. All right, the Cowardly Lion. He obviously represents courage and self-empowerment. True courage is facing danger when you are afraid. And the Cowardly Lion also builds and uses them as a defense mechanism. And so you can let your courage defeat you, or you can defeat it. So you're going to have to really focus on staying open and vulnerable, staying, you know, courageous and standing for things even when it seems like everyone on your news feed is bringing negativity down. You know, you've got to know who you are. So if you can look in the mirror with positive affirmations and say things like, I am strong, I am confident, I am, you know, successful, whatever it is that you want to become, visualize it, say it out loud. Have the courage to own who you are, and have the courage to believe in yourself, you guys. So many people don't believe in themselves, you know, and sometimes we worry that it comes off, I don't know, snotty or into ourselves if we really have this confidence about ourselves. But be confident. Own who you are. Love who you are. Share it with the world. Have the courage to be you, to be unapologetically you. All right, I'm almost done. The Emerald City and Oz. So the Emerald City to me represents shiny objects, rewards. You know, sometimes we get distracted by these amazing trips that we are offered, and we're distracted by the prizes every month, and we get distracted by all of these shiny objects, and those are great things to have. It's a great place to be, but they're not going to sustain you. It all goes back to your ruby slippers. Because even though Dorothy, you know, adored the Emerald City and thought it was, you know, this beautiful place to visit, it wasn't what she wanted. And so the prizes are a great reward, but is that all you really want? So it's a great place to be, but this isn't going to sustain you. It isn't going to keep you going. And then the Wizard. He represents other coaches. So many times we place other coaches on these pedestals. We idolize them, and we think that we could never be them. You know, I could never be Bonnie Engel. I could never be Lindsay Matway. I could never be Caleb Thomas. You know, they're so amazing. So the truth is, when you pull back the curtain, they are human, just like me and you. They're human. Just like the Wizard. He had all of these answers, but when you pulled back the curtain, he was just a man. These other coaches are amazing. They are. But they are no different than you and I. The only difference is they work hard. They don't have special magic. They work hard. They show up every day. They know without a doubt what their why is, and they found what works for them. So stop putting all of your beliefs into them and start believing in yourself, believing what you can do, what you can achieve, what you can accomplish. So in conclusion, Dorothy learned it's not enough to just want something. You have to find your why and belief in it. You have to work for it. What you want has been inside of you all along. Dorothy had the power inside of her all along. Glinda could have told her all of the answers. She admits at the end, I could have given you all of the answers. But would Dorothy have believed her? She had to learn on her own. And the same goes for you and me. We can preach until we're blue in the face that you are a successful coach and to do the 3 vital behaviors every single day and give you all of these trainings. But until you find that power within inside yourself and you find the belief within, then all that is words to you. You have to find the power within. You have to find your why and your reasoning and your beliefs. It's time to find your yellow brick road, to put on those slippers and set out on a journey filled with adventure, excitement, and success. A journey filled with ups and downs, but a journey that will be completely worth it when it's all said and done. You have always had the power, my dear. You just had to learn it for yourself. So I hope in some ways that my call made sense, because I know it was a little different and there was a bunch of characters and things, but I truly think that when you start doing personal development and you start really committing to the 3 vital behaviors, you will see you will see things in a whole new light. I watch movies all the time and I find the hidden message, or you read books and you know, like old books from when you were a kid, and you can find the hidden messages. And so I just encourage you to continue to always, you know, be learning and growing and developing as a leader, because you guys are all amazing. And I see this power inside of you, and I can't wait to watch it explode onto the map and to see what you guys do with this business. I love you all. Thank you for jumping on, and have a great day.